so good to be back here in South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks.
The iron Keyshawn swords in from the weak side, however, and flushes that done.
There it is.
Driven hard. The Gamecocks will take the series against their rival.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm your host, Derek Scott. On today's show, we've got Carolina men's and women's basketball to get into, as well as some great football coverage as well, and an introduction to the new athletic director of the University of South Carolina. But of course, we get things started with our Prisma Health injury update. On the women's basketball side of things, Sakima Walker missed the last game due to an ankle sprain. She is day-to-day at this point as the Gamecock women's team comes out of the final exam break and gets back into action. And that is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official team physicians of the Gamecocks. But switch gears to men's basketball now. South Carolina was at home with East Carolina recently. You know, Pirates have given the Gamecocks headaches the last two seasons, upsetting South Carolina 2 years ago in an event in Greenville, South Carolina. Then last year in Greenville, North Carolina, giving the Gamecocks all they could handle before South Carolina pulled away for a late win. So you had to think round three would once again be a tussle, the rubber match, if you will, between the Gamecocks and the Pirates. A double-double for Carolina's Colin Murray-Boyles, leading the way to another Gamecock victory at Colonial Life Arena. We're back with more of Gamecock Insider in just a moment from Learfield.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and by Backstreet's Grill. Join us every Thursday at Backstreet's Grill on Divine Street, where Carolina calls from 6 to 7 p.m. Visit backstreetsgrill.com to learn more about their unique food and drink options.
I know what it takes to build a winning team, and I see that shining brightly every day in our long-standing partnership with Prisma Health. As our official team physicians, Prisma's commitment to helping our players achieve their best gives us an advantage every time we take the court. Prisma is illuminating a better view of health from every angle for all of our Gamecock athletes and for the communities across South Carolina and beyond. There's nobody our team trusts more, as together we see a healthy, hopeful way forward.
I was perfectly happy where I was. I just coached one of the biggest games of my life. Then, just 3 days later, I was moving to South Carolina. That was unexpected. But that's how life works. Colonial Life's benefits keep you prepared for life's unexpected moments, empowering people to achieve their goals and keep moving forward. Colonial Life, keep unexpecting.
Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience this baseball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will get a special invitation to a game, an autographed baseball and ball cap, 2 premium tickets, a trip to the radio booth, and more. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's Game Day Guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. The South Carolina women's basketball team has been on quite the tour. Dawn Staley's team has been crisscrossing the USA, taking on all comers. The latest matchup against another nationally ranked team, the Duke Blue Devils, at least took place in the friendly confines of Colonial Life Arena.
Late night hoops in Columbia, South Carolina, but they do not mind. The reigning national champions are at home. They're the number 3 team in the country, getting set to face a Duke team that has its highest ranking since 2014. What a battle this should be in Colonial Life Arena. ACC Women's Challenge for this top 10 matchup. And South Carolina controls the opening tip. Coming off the bench. Chloe Kitts cut to the rack and finishes the bucket. Bree Hall in the corner.
No slow start for the Gamecocks tonight.
Johnson will take the 3 again. There it is. Let her shoot. Duke going fast. Jackson blocked by Fagan. Chloe Kitts just having her way underneath the basket. 8.7 boards for Kitts. Inside to Joyce Edwards. Looks pretty good. Mayer off the screen. Blocked by Ashlyn Watkins. Fagan back to Raven Johnson. Loses control, somehow finds Tahina Pow, and she crushes it.
Poor Wally needs something good to happen.
The Gamecocks are really good at home. 62 straight home wins for South Carolina. They pick up their 3rd ranked win of the season, 81-70 over Duke.
Switching gears to Gamecock men's basketball, it's time for our Terminix Pest Player of the Game. You saw some highlights a moment ago from that East Carolina victory. Jamari Thomas was a catalyst. 22 points, the most he has scored so far in his first season in the Garnet and Black. 7 assists as well. So when he wasn't putting it in the hoop, he was setting up someone else to do it. The senior point guard of the Gamecocks, our Terminix Pest Player of the Week. We're back with more of Gamecock Insider from Learfield right after this.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid.
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Whoa.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Right now, lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid LE for just $359 a month for 36 months. That's just $359 a month on the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
What does farm to table mean to you? Fresher, tastier food? Sitting down with family and friends at local restaurants? Sure, but thanks to South Carolina farmers and chefs, you can enjoy farm to table anywhere. That's because when you buy certified SC, you're supporting South Carolina farmers and getting locally grown food that's perfect for whatever table. So choose local, choose fresh. It's a matter of taste.
And it's another big night for the Gamecocks here in Colonial Life Arena.
Throughout my life, my friends and my family have supported me through the championships and the challenges. That's why it's so important for me to lift people up, to help them overcome the obstacles in their way. Colonial Life benefits keep you prepared for life's unexpected moments, empowering people to achieve goals they thought weren't possible. That's what really matters. Colonial Life, keep unexpecting.
Sound and Images has been providing the Midlands and South Carolina with professional audio-visual services for over 40 years. Now we're home to one of the most advanced venue and meeting spaces in the state. Experiencing the latest in video conferencing, live streaming, and virtual presentations at the new Sound and Images Business Center. We have space for every need, from smaller personal rooms to large rooms for conferences and events. Conveniently located just a few minutes from downtown. Elevate your AV and call Sound and Images today.
Good hard work has earned Xavier Pelzer the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the baseball team, Xavier is a sport and entertainment management major at South Carolina. This week's Academic Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, The benefits of good, hard work.
And then the steal by Watkins to take it right back. Prince giving chase. And Watkins with the dunk for South Carolina. The breakaway jam for Ashland.
That's your Sansbury. Did you see that play? Ashlyn Watkins with her third career dunk for South Carolina. Boy, you remember the first one she had? We were all blown away. I don't want to say it's becoming just routine, but still something to see when Ashlyn gets one up and stuffs it through. You know, the Gamecocks have a new athletic director, Jeremiah Donati, taking over in January. He was introduced to the South Carolina faithful just recently in a press conference, and the folks from Gamecocks Plus had a chance to sit down with him after that press conference and find out a little bit more about the man in charge of the TCU athletics program and soon to be in charge of the University of South Carolina athletics department. Here's Brad Muller with a taste of that interview.
Hi, everyone. Brad Muller alongside new athletic director Jeremiah Donati, and welcome again to Columbia.
Thank you. Couldn't be more excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you. Great to have you on board. I know it's been a whirlwind for you, a lot of interviews and meeting a lot of people, trying to remember names. And as you get started officially after the new year, where do you see your first 3 months, 100 days kind of thing?
Well, I had a chance this morning to walk the staff. I think I shook 100 hands, and I'll be doing more of that, you know, just getting the lay of the land, literally and figuratively. My first time I set foot in Columbia was on Wednesday, and so I'm excited about that, but we have real work to do as well. There'll be a lot of introductions and getting to know, I mentioned this at the press conference, but a lot of the things that we are going to be doing are preparing for the future, right? So the next 5 to 10 years in college athletics are going to look very different, starting this summer with revenue sharing, for example. And so we want to make sure that we're prepared to do that, and I suspect that we are, but we want to make sure we've got the right people in the right places, and so that'll take some time to learn how things function here operationally, and then we'll take it step by step.
You've got your law degree, so with that being in mind, all the changes that have already come in college athletics the last couple of years, and with what's coming down the road, how does that help you to help us prepare for that?
Well, it's funny, you know, when I was in law school, I don't know that I ever imagined it being this valuable down the road. And so it has been, you know, the college athletics has changed, obviously, with NIL and in the ways in which that has come into our world, and contract negotiations and dealing with agents and that type of thing. But it's much more pervasive than that. And so we have a lot of folks on staff, I'm finding out, that have JDs, that have law degrees, and so that'll be helpful in the future. But, you know, just the world has changed. I mean, when I went to law school, you know, I really did it as a means to an end. I never wanted to be the lawyer standing in front of the judge defending a client. It was really a means to be into sports and entertainment. I was told by a mentor of mine that athletic directors, the next wave of athletic directors were not as many coaches. They had their MBAs and Juris Doctorates, and so that was something that was inspiring to me to go into law school. And so hopefully it's helped, but we'll put it to the test here.
When you got here, you talked a lot about how you're coming into a good situation. The programs seem to be in good shape in terms of the individual athletic programs, but you want to be able for the programs to fly higher. What's your vision there? Well,
this is not a fixer-upper. This is not a place where it's going badly, or, you know, you're on the wake of, you know, something unfortunate or scandals or that type of thing, right? Things are going really well here, and you can tell that by talking to the people. You can see that from a distance. Even before I set foot in Columbia, you know, just by watching the games, talking to people who have been here, whether it's watching the success of women's basketball, and this year with football and the rise of men's basketball, and the list goes on and on and on, things are going well. And so the question's not, you know, what are we going to come in here and tear down? The question's going to be, what are the things that we can do to improve on to get better? And, you know, it's going to be, it's not going to be one big thing. It's going to be probably a bunch of little things, you know, operationally to help us get there. You know, two things that just jump off the page to me that are huge opportunities is the stadium. You know, yesterday, as the board was approving my appointment, I was sitting in the president's suite, kind of in a holding place. I won't call it a holding cell. It was not a holding cell. In a holding area. for about 30 minutes, and I was looking around the stadium, and it struck me how few premium seats we have and few suites and that type of thing, seats and suites. We got to get better there. We need to offer our fans more premium. I think there's an appetite for that from what I've heard. I've already had some fans reach out to me and say, when are we going to start building that? And I haven't replied yet because I don't know. But I saw some numbers that we're lowest in the SEC in premium seating. We need to fix that. And plus, it's a lot of revenue, right? And so it's all about how can you grow the pie? How can you fly higher? That's going to be, it's just one part of it. But we'll do an audit on what's the game day experience like for our fans, right? Are we truly, are we delivering? Are we monetizing that appropriately? What do our season tickets look like? Our ticket pricing, all those things. And I'm not suggesting that those things need to be fixed, but those are just things I'm not aware of, right? And so those are areas that we're going to be looking at. And then, what's the student athlete experience like, right? Is it exceptional? Because if it's not, what can we do to make it so? Because in these days of the accessibility of transfers and kids moving, we want to make sure that kids that come here stay here, right? And we want to make sure that if they didn't start here, this is the place they want to end up, especially if they're Carolina kids. So all those things will take a little time to develop, but like I said, we've got work to do to figure out what those little gaps in excellence are. And like I said, Coach Tanner's done an unbelievable job here. I'm really excited to follow in his footsteps. He's left this place in a great situation. So this is not a time where I'm going to come in and just have all 100 ideas and pretend to know everything day one. It's going to take a lot of learning, but I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and get after it.
I know what it takes to build a winning team, and I see that shining brightly every day in our long-standing partnership with Prisma Health. As our official team physicians, Prisma's commitment to helping our players achieve their best gives us an advantage every time we take the court. Prisma is illuminating a better view of health from every angle for all of our Gamecock athletes and for the communities across South Carolina and beyond. There's nobody our team trusts more, as together we see a healthy, hopeful way forward.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid.
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Whoa.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Right now, lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid LE for just $359 a month for 36 months. That's just $359 a month on the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
You've never been afraid to put in the work. The extra early, extra late, extra work. Because you understand that education is the key that unlocks everything. Better pay, better hours, better opportunities, a better you. And playing the lottery is no different. Getting educated before you play gives you the tools you need to be a better player, like knowing when to play and when to take a rain check. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou to be a better player.
We are back on the Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. South Carolina's football victory over the Clemson Tigers still provides a glow that we're all basking in. Certainly, the smile on Shane Beamer's face can hardly be wiped off. Recently, he had a chance to sit down in the film room as he joined Dakota Watson to figure out what it was that made South Carolina's victory so special over the Tigers. How about this for a hint? A strong dose of Lenore Sellers.
Here's one. We didn't exactly envision being 3rd and 15 when I think initially we were first and goal on the 14 or something, if I'm not mistaken, and we go backwards. So now we're 3rd and 15. We know we have 2 downs to get it. You can actually get a first down here without scoring. So you got 2 shots to the end zone or 2 shots to get a first down, but we're still in a position right here where we have 3 timeouts, and I didn't want to use any timeouts. We had the catch where it looked like Dale Vaughn Campbell maybe caught it. and I decided not. I still think he did, but I didn't want to review it because you lose a timeout, and I'm thinking if we don't get a score here, we got 3 timeouts to get the ball back again.
Yeah, with at least probably 40 seconds left or so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're trying to save the timeout. So that's what I'm thinking right here is, hey, let's just be smart, but know we have 3 timeouts. We can't burn a timeout. We get exactly what we want. They play man coverage again. So you see this guy, the linebacker, running with Rocket. This guy right here, this guy running with Josh. This guy has Rocket coming out of the backfield. And we really, Dow and the offensive staff, really put this play together thinking we would get man coverage in this situation. And
Nick on the crosser.
Yep, and we put Nick Harbert in the slot right here. He's the inside receiver. So we got Nick in the slot hoping we're going to get this matchup, and we really got what we want. Nick coming across on the crosser, and good luck with any DB trying to run with him. And had that throw, where we can lead Nick and let him run under it. Lenoris didn't like it and decided to take off running. And, it's like I told him in the team meeting yesterday that there's a lot of great plays that you look back in the South Carolina-Clemson rivalry, and this is going to be one they talk about forever, and rightfully so. I mean, it's just what an effort. But, again, man coverage. They're rushing 5. I guess they're using 17 kind of as a spy. KB gets up on him. 3 misses the tackle. And then you just see this guy just take over. I mean, these 2 guys get rolled up. This one right here, I think number 0 thinks Lenoris is going into the end zone. Great vision by Lenoris to be running parallel down the 5-yard line, but then put his foot in the ground and get it in the end zone right there as well. I mean, just a huge play, and you see the reaction of our sideline. I mean, that's what it's all about. Really, really special moment as well. And then we let them go right back down the field, unfortunately.
I didn't put any of those plays.
Yeah, you didn't, but they caught us in, that we were in zone coverage, and they made some nice throws and a quarterback draw to get down here into this point. And now at this point, we're thinking, okay, there's 16 seconds left. They got a timeout. They're probably going to take one shot to the end zone and to try and win the game in regulation. And then if not, we got to be ready to go block a field goal. And we felt good about the field goal part of it. I mean, they've had 8 field goals get blocked this year. And we have been challenging our guys all week, that we need to be number 9 if they have to kick a field goal. So I liked our chances in that situation, but I didn't want it to come down to that. Here you're just thinking, don't let them score a touchdown. And we really the same coverage we played on the first few plays of the drive. And they really basically ran the same play they hit at the beginning of the drive when they hit the tight end down the seam. But we're in 3-deep coverage right here as well. It's a really good job by Nick Eman-Wari right here. We're rushing 4 as well. We're playing 3-deep up top. And it's a good job right here by Nick of seeing that this number 3 receiver, we number him from outside in, so 1, 2, and 3. Number 9 right here, the tight end. It's a really good job by Nick taking this away. So I think initially the quarterback looks over here. He sees one-on-one. He sees O'Donnell bailing. So good job by O'Donnell taking that play away. And then you've got the tight end coming down the seam, coming across on the bender, but Nick takes that away. So then he gets flushed out of the pocket, and then he's going to check it down to the running back, and then we tackle him and they call timeout and they kick a field goal potentially. But what a play! Before we get to that, I just love just watching everybody on the sideline. You see all the Gamecock fans down here, the band, just the excitement about that play. But it's a heck of a play by D. Knight as well. Dylan gets some penetration right here as well. Quarterback has to get rid of it because of that. Dylan gets his hands up. Ball gets thrown behind. But I told our players that's why we're always on you in practice about breaking to the ball, finishing plays, running to the ball, all that as well. Because D. Knight is in zone coverage. He's continuing to track this guy. The ball's thrown, and now he's in position right there to make that play. And a really good job right here by him as well. Initially, I'm like, oh, crap, I think he caught it, but I hope he did. And obviously he did. But, I mean, it's just awesome right there as well. Just a celebration. You got people I think you see people trying to keep people off the field, but yet you got the head coach and the assistant trainer out here on the field as well.
Do as I say, not as I do,
yeah,
coach.
Exactly.
You just tell them that.
At that point, you know what, a 15-yard penalty wasn't going to matter. So I would gladly have taken one on that one. But that's what it's all about. You see, going out here taking a knee. You just see everybody on the sidelines. That's why you make the sacrifices that you do throughout the year for games like this and moments like this. And that's a pretty special play right there by Lenore's to take a knee and win that football game and what it means to our team, our program, Gamecocks everywhere, the people of this state.
You've never been afraid to put in the work. The extra early, extra late, extra work. Because you understand that education is the key that unlocks everything. Better pay, better hours, better opportunities, a better you. And playing the lottery is no different. Getting educated before you play gives you the tools you need to be a better player, like knowing when to play and when to take a rain check. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou to be a better player.
Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience this baseball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will get a special invitation to a game, an autographed baseball and ball cap, 2 premium tickets, a trip to the radio booth, and more. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's Game Day Guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Sound and Images has been providing the Midlands and South Carolina with professional audio-visual services for over 40 years. Now we're home to one of the most advanced venue and meeting spaces in the state. Experiencing the latest in video conferencing, live streaming, and virtual presentations at the new Sound and Images Business Center. We have space for every need, from smaller personal rooms to large rooms for conferences and events. Conveniently located just a few minutes from downtown. Elevate your AV and call Sound and Images today.
What does farm to table mean to you? Fresher, tastier food? Sitting down with family and friends at local restaurants? Sure, but thanks to South Carolina farmers and chefs, you can enjoy farm to table anywhere. That's because when you buy certified SC, you're supporting South Carolina farmers and getting locally grown food that's perfect for whatever table. So choose local, choose fresh. It's a matter of taste.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and by Backstreet's Grill. Join us every Thursday at Backstreet's Grill on Divine Street, where Carolina calls from 6 to 7 p.m. Visit backstreetsgrill.com to learn more about their unique food and drink options.
We're back to wrap up this week's edition of the Gamecock Insider. That means it is time for On the Road with Toyota. You know, the Gamecock men's and women's basketball team, well, they're staying close to home during final exams and all the games on the schedule coming up, also keeping them at Colonial Life Arena. So we had to do a little digging for our On the Road segment this week. We turn our attention to the Carolina swimming team. Yes, even though the semester is over, they've got a very unique event that they're taking part in down in Biscayne Bay, Florida. And that is this Sunday. It is the College National Open Water Competition, a 5-kilometer swim out in Biscayne Bay. So good luck to the squad down in the Miami area. And that is On the Road, brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. That'll wrap it up for us here on today's edition of the Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.